Welcome back, everybody. Episode 3 of the Rock Talk podcast. I'm your host, Cole Weber, and I'm excited to talk to two people today. First time we've had two people on the podcast. Head coach Abbey Golden, the women's soccer team, and her assistant, Peyton Scott. First off, good morning to you guys. How are you feeling?
Good morning. It's a beautiful day and happy to start a new day and refreshed and have my intentions set for the day, and I'm ready for success.
Absolutely. Got your first game coming up for women's soccer coming up on Friday. But first, I just want to talk a little bit about both of you guys. You guys' first year on the staff together. Coach Abbey Golden, you're hired in March, first year with Rockford. Talk a little bit about what brought you to this place.
I think it's simply for what the city and the university stands for. So my values, my morals as a human and as a coach really aligned with what the city truly stands for. And then it really resonated once I stepped onto this campus and saw how gorgeous it was. And, I was welcomed even though, people didn't know who I was. It was a beautiful thing, making sure I knew where I was going and if I needed any help. And, it was just smiling faces and handshakes all around. And then I think stepping into Burpee, our athletic facility, I was easily and quickly able to tell, Peyton, Scott, and Mia Osler were standing right there ready to give me my tour. And I don't know, it was really amazing first sight connection, chemistry right away. So it was something exciting for me to be able to connect right away. And then naturally you walk into this athletic department and you have an athletic director like Jess Stonick and, an assistant athletic director and Vandy, Brian Van Den Aken. So, to have those people who have been here for quite a while, that stands out to me. You have a female president here who's into athletics and looking to make big changes. That resonated with me as well. And to have the opportunity to step onto this campus, into the city, to be among the people who are looking for change and to evolve this university and help it blossom into what it has been in the past, but what it can be in the future is something, part of who I am as a trailblazer really, really stuck out to me. So for me today, attacking that on a daily basis is first and foremost what I'm always trying to do.
Wow, how about that for an opening monologue? That was really good. And I'm going to second everything that you said about Rockford. I'm really new here too. Just been here for, a little over 3 weeks. And yeah, everybody here is super welcoming. It's just a great place to be. And how about you, Peyton? I mean, you're a little more used to it. You've been around for 4 years, played soccer here, captain. What kept you here to continue your coaching career?
Honestly, it was just the women's soccer team. I made such great connections with every single one of them. And not just the people, but the program. I'm very passionate about helping it grow just because there hasn't really been a team in the past. And when I came in freshman year, we were all freshmen starting every game. So it was very hard, but I just want to keep it growing and make it into something successful.
Yeah, that's a great goal going forward, and both you guys, that's your goal going forward. And let's talk a little bit about that freshman class that just kind of went out the door. So there was 14 people on the way out of the roster from last year. Got 9 newcomers, 8 returners. So half the team basically is new. What's that like? I mean, Coach Golden, you've been to a couple different places, so you're used to coming in, seeing new faces. What's that like here for 2025?
It's exciting. I mean, I have a blank canvas right from the get-go, right? So for me, it's you have these passionate returners coming in and ready to find success and keep success, and the chemistry is there and the culture is already here. So, it's somewhat easy for me to come in when you already have that rapport within the team. So now I'm having the opportunity to give them new creative ways to connect in and outside of, Rockford and around the area, whether that's serving our community, giving back to soccer itself within the community. We have a lot that are very much involved in the Rockford Raptors and local community schools. So I think, having that opportunity to come in and be in a program that has that culture cultivated already is a beautiful thing. So for me coming in and having the opportunity to focus strictly on the soccer and simple fundraising and some of the administrative sides, that's easy, that flows. And it's been very exciting practices for us. You're seeing light bulbs turn on when given new ideas. But I think working with a young female group, this young women that are so motivated in the classroom and looking forward into their future. It's something very, very invigorating for me. Inspiring them, giving them additional tools off of the field that they can use on top of what we're learning here, but giving them a voice, helping them develop that sense of self. Those are big little mantras within our program that we look for, character being a big one. And again, giving them that power, giving them that voice, and having that resonate with them that, yes, I'm the head coach here, and I have this vision, and then I have this, BA assistant, let's keep it PG, with Peyton, who, as you've just heard, has this passion for the game, but passion for Rockford and this team, to give them a voice and help them understand that their role isn't just on the field, not masking who they are. I want them to be fully 120% themselves. It's beautiful. And that's what we're about. It's, producing on the field, but producing off of the field and being incredible young women and people in society and for this campus representing who we are and what we are on a constant basis. So that's always what it's like.
That's always the biggest goal. I mean everything outside of soccer, because at some point everybody's career ends and you got to move on to something else and try to be the best that you can be. And just like you were saying, it's got to be great to have an extension of yourself in Peyton, a coach just who's been there, who's done it, did it for 4 years. Peyton, I got a question for you. What's it like, going from you're coaching now some of your teammates last year. Is that a weird kind of interaction, or has it been just smooth sailing for you?
I wouldn't say it's been weird, but kind of maybe difficult for me, just because I am friends with some of them. But honestly, from when I was a captain for 4 years, they already kind of had that respect for me as a player. So they respect me as a coach now, and I feel, not weird, but I'm still getting into the groove of things, but I respect them, they respect me, and I think it's working out great.
It's absolutely beautiful to see the transition from her. And that was another thing that resonated with me during my interview process and then coming in. Peyton was, while they were in that transitional period of hiring and looking for a new coach, she had taken the reins and was reaching out to local programs, recruiting on her own, doing everything that she could to keep this up and running between scheduling practices. So the pillars of coaching were already established, that leadership, that respect. But it's interesting to always see, as an outsider coming in, Peyton has this air about her. She steps onto the field. She steps into a classroom. She's surrounded by these people, and there's this mutual respect, and it's gorgeous to see. And I don't know if she realizes that, which for me is always fun, because I get to remind her of that power that she has, that respect that she has, and remind her of, how to be brave, how to be incredible, and how to really just have that confidence in herself. It's been beautiful to watch when we step on the field together. Yesterday's practice session, we break everything down between, the different phases of play: offensive, defensive, transitional play, different phases of the field, how we're building out, how we're defending. And, I gave Peyton the task of designing a practice plan from activation through our phases of play, and watching her execute that, and the respect that she received from her former teammates, who, again, don't look at her as a teammate, but now as this coach that still cares and loves and leads them. To see that, to turn around during my defensive session and watch Peyton just step onto the field and do that and execute that was absolutely awesome. And then having that opportunity to then, in the most part, coach against each other for a moment. She was proud of her group and how they played, and they were able to, create moments to score and scored on my defensive line, and that was cool. And then at the same time, her reworking her line to counteract. It was like this mini chess match we had going on, and it was brilliant to see, especially leading into Friday's first match, and to have that kind of momentum, but then the confidence between the coaching. And I feel the team also feels that between us and the rest of the staff. It's very unique in that sense. We have an all-female staff for an all-women's team, and, to have something like that, to have these players return and give their time and volunteer their time. We have another assistant coach who's in the area, who was a Division II all-star defender, who randomly reached out to me. That's Coach Allison Sparks. And hey, I just want to volunteer my time. I'm passionate. So you have this whole mecca of incredible young women who all want the same for these young women. And it's cool. It's a vibe. Definitely a vibe.
Yep, definitely a vibe. I want to talk about, so you said you guys coach against each other, and I want to ask Peyton. So when you guys are doing that, what's your goal? Are you really trying to stick it to Coach Golden?
I mean, a little bit, I guess you could say. I was working with the attacking players, and, our goal was to score on them, and they made great plays. I was very proud of them, especially doing it on my own and teaching them. So I was a little happy, when they scored. So
little
she
friendly
was elated.
competition.
She's being modest.
Real hyped.
Yes.
Getting real hyped out there.
Yeah. Well, and that's the opportunity that we have, is when you recreate those moments in the game and teachable moments for each other at every single point for the both of us. Again, I don't have that type of ego where I feel that I am the end all be all, I know all. I'm a coach that is in constant state of critiquing myself, critiquing others after every single practice. Before every single practice, we're bringing it all together as a team and as coaching staff to reflect on the day or look forward into the day to make sure we're all set and we're all vulnerable enough to receive those critiques and that reflection, so that at the end of the day we're becoming better versions of ourselves, which is the main goal overall for NCAA Division III, but overall for this program, as I said, character and building for the future of these young women, and empowering them. It's quite the thing, and I would invite anybody to not only be a fly on the wall during our practices or our games, but to just invite themselves at any point to come be a part of this culture and this evolution of women's soccer here at Rockford.
Yeah, and you obviously have a wealth of knowledge and just a love. You could tell, just a love for coaching. And we were talking before this. You said you got that master's in soccer coaching. So let's talk a little bit about that. Just take a step back and just your journey up through the ranks. An illustrious high school coaching career, and then a couple stops. Edinburgh, right? That's
Edinburgh.
How Edinburgh. Dang it!
No,
I knew it.
Good.
It was in my head. And then Oberlin. And then head coach at Edward Waters University down in Jacksonville. Just how did those previous stops really help you on your journey?
I would easily say, as anyone starts anywhere, it's a reflection and a test of your knowledge. And, my playing background is extensive, but it's something to be said when not only can you step on the field and execute it, but then turn around and implement it as a coach. So for me, I had surrounded myself with coaches and people and athletes that were going to completely challenge me. I'm again in a constant state of critique and self-reflection. So for me, surrounding myself with people who are going to rally around me while also guiding me in the right type of direction. I've worked with the U.S. Olympic development program. I've coached there. I've worked among top female and male coaches in, the United States, and some who have come in from abroad. And, it goes to say about, again, things that for you not only are you surrounded by people that are going to challenge you and help you evolve as a human, but also give you the freedom and the autonomy to be who you are. I'm a creative coach. I think outside the box. That's part of my background as a general human.
Yeah.
But specifically going into coaching, again, as I stated, when Peyton and I are coaching against each other, or when I'm looking at a match overall, I'm watching and not only studying my opponent, but I'm studying the coaches.
Yeah.
What are their coaching changes? And I've learned that through my journey. Reflecting not just on what you're doing, but reminding yourself of who you are and what you can do and the knowledge and the skill that you have. The pedigree that I have between, being professionally licensed and coaching, having that as my background as well has also helped me. But, you go through all of these different things and there's a lesson to be learned. There's mistakes to be made, which I then carry over into my coaching as well. For me specifically, allowing my players and myself to know that mistakes aren't a bad thing. Mistakes are something
You
great.
can't improve without failing first.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. So, again, being vulnerable enough to understand that mistakes and how you recover from your mistakes and learning and failure and failing, first attempt in learning is how I look at fail. And you don't lose, you learn, things that I really stick with and preach to my teams. But yeah, part of that journey, learning how to take a step back and be a role player. And, again, then that's reflected as when I've taken as, head coaching position, allowing my assistant coaches to have a voice and have a stand and lead practices while I take a step back and work on the details while they look at the big picture. You learn all of that through the journey that you take. And that's brought me here into this incredible environment with an awesome athletic director and athletic department that not only do I have a chance to learn and sit down and watch other coaches. I mean, Coach Bartz with softball has allowed me to sit in while she's talking to recruits and some of her player meetings, anything that I can soak in to help me learn, and that feedback that is allowed to be by the people that you meet. I mean, I'm learning as we're sitting here together,
Exactly, yeah.
right? So it's a beautiful thing. And Rockford allows me to do that, and that's been my journey.
Yeah, it's really easy to build a culture in your own team when the culture around here, just in the athletic department and between coaches, is as good as it is. But let's talk a little bit more about building culture. I mean, new team, you guys are a new coaching staff. What's it like cultivating an environment where it's okay to fail and to improve? Just tell me a little bit about culture building. Yeah.
I would say the past 4 years, the women's team hasn't had a set culture in place, I guess. But as soon as Coach Abbey came in, from day one, she's changed pretty much everything. Even for me, seeing the girls go through this, it's amazing because we're trying to give them what I didn't have, basically, and that's what I want to do. And Coach Abbey is doing that, from the locker room to playing on the turf to just anything.
Yeah. Yeah, so tell me a little bit about how camp has gone so far. I mean, we're leading up to the first game. That's on Friday against Olivet. How's practice been?
Preseason has been absolutely wonderful. You go through, your ups and downs like any team. There's ebbs and flows to how practices are run, and, you bringing in everybody and you do. It's kind of, all right, here we are, let's go. And that's the exciting part about it, is then creating that vision and how we want them to perform on the field, but then creating those bonds. So it's not just about their single persona, but getting them to trust in each other and finding that faith in our coaching staff. So again, it's advantageous for me to have Peyton around because they trusted her, and she's built somewhat of a trust and foundation with me within these, short few months that I've been here. So our vision moving forward has been, can we allow these players and give them the opportunity to trust in us and then trust in each other?
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, that's what it's about. When you step on the field, it's not track or cross country where you're really, performing as an individual, right? It's you're here and you have to have faith in your team and you have to trust in who they are. You have to understand, when you're stepping on that field, you have to immerse yourself in their cleats, right? And for them to then go, okay, I know the strengths and weaknesses, and I accept those strengths and weaknesses within my teammate. But instead of isolating them, we're grabbing them and bringing them with us. And that's huge, again, about our culture, is building that trust within each other and then that respect on everybody's journey. As you said, all of us through playing, through life, we're on this journey of learning and mistakes and challenges and trials, tribulations. And it's the same thing when we step on the field, just on it's just a microcosm of that same thing,
Yes.
right? So for me, it's really, really cool to see how it's evolving. We've done everything from, our mascot is a lion. We have Reggie,
Yep,
right?
Reggie.
And lions are part of this incredible thing called a pride. And we have on our team, we have prides. And within those prides, we have pride leaders who are establishing a foundation to build the accountability within each other, keeping everything consistent across the board. And they're miniature versions of captains, but then also reflecting on, our mottos, mantras, our philosophies within the program. So you're seeing them holding each other accountable, again, having that voice, empowering them to stand up for each other and learning about each other. So again, there's that trust on the field. And you're seeing that really come to fruition when they go to play. For in a short week and a half that we've been together, you now see the fruits of our labor because of the happy balance of our tactical and physical and technical training sessions. But then you see the psychosocial part of those sessions coming to life too, because of the trust that they've found within each other. And they're happy and they're hanging out with each other. I can't separate this group, this team, doing the crazy things college kids, should be doing, hanging out and, finding things to do on campus, which student life here is insane. I love that. So there's plenty to do for them to build with each other and find new friends and, end their days better versions of themselves on and off the field. So that's fantastic. That's how you build our culture. That's how you become a part of our culture.
Right.
here.
I mean, just leaders on the field, camaraderie between the team. Is there anybody specifically that you've just been impressed that has grown as a leader just over these last couple of weeks? Anybody that you'd
Peyton probably has a really incredible idea of some of the evolution of players since, we've first come together.
Yeah.
And then I can kind of really reflect and segue off of that as well.
Yeah, the one person I would say is Jasmine Pinedo. She
a
came
former
in,
teammate? Yep.
Yeah, I was playing with her for a couple years, and just seeing her grow even from last year to this year, it's truly amazing. I'm very proud of her just stepping into that captain role and kind of taking control, but also letting people lean on her, letting even coaches lean on her, and she can lean on us. I'm very proud of her.
Yeah, we have a transfer that's come in, Ariana Moreno, a local incredible pickup from RVC.
Yeah.
And over at RVC, you have an incredible coach, Kevin Watkins, over there that develops these young women for 2 years, right? I can't even fathom.
Yeah, only having him for
Right,
just 2 years.
and then you're resetting your
Yeah.
culture, every 2 years. So it's a beautiful thing to have that relationship with her, with him, But then you have Ariana coming in, who it is a transfer, and instead of being intimidated, she's stepped in with this beautiful confidence and a voice, and she's really taken younger players and new players under her wing and has truly flourished. And she was then, because of the respect she gained from her teammates, same thing, was elected as one of our captains. So then you have this former player in Jasmine Pinedo who's come into her own with this confidence and strong voice and leadership. And then you have Ariana, who's been this mother, and we got this, and just truly empowering the young women. So, you have your different types of leadership, and yet within the two, You have all of the things that make up this program that is really seen in the both of them, and then they're helping build Daisy into
Martinez,
another
yep.
into another captain for the next few years. So she's learning, adapting, and leading and finding her way. But again, giving them that opportunity to now not only find their own voice as captains, but then teach and lead another to then lead the program in our future is a beautiful thing.
Yeah, so I'm a former football player, so I'm used to a really large team. And
You don't say.
Yeah. and so we have a bunch of captains. Just, I mean, if it's a team of 100, I mean, you might have 10 captains. Tell me a little bit about just soccer. Like, is it a 2-captain system? Is it different from team to team? Like, how does it work with captains specifically?
I've seen it all. I've had a team where the team was large enough, so you have, similar to football. I mean, you have captains within your offensive line
Yes,
and
exactly.
positional type stuff. I've done that before in the past. And then I've had one captain. And it changes. I don't know, at least specifically for me, it's very much about the vibe, the mood, the pulse of the team, what it feels is going to be best represented within the leadership.
Yeah.
But we had 2 strong, incredible young women that came in and they led, and it felt right, and it was resonated with the voting between the team and the discussion between the coaching staff as well, what we felt was going to be right moving forward for the team and the culture and the future.
Yeah, so obviously you guys are excited about the leadership and the culture that's been building. Tell me, just what's your guys' goal for this year, 2025 Rockford Women's Soccer?
Ending our day, each day, as a better version of ourselves. It's really about that small enough detail. If we, at the end of our day, can, before they're sending their Snapchat streaks, before they're binging whatever's hot on Netflix or whatever, thing that they're looking to, or, before they're hanging out and decompressing for the evening and disconnecting, and being human. For me specifically, it's about making sure on a daily basis we're ending our day as a better person. Maybe we're holding doors. Maybe we're saying please and thank you, when we're in the cafeteria, cleaning up and keeping our facilities clean, whether we're here or whether we're traveling, the respect of officials, respect of each other. We want to be better sisters, better students, better daughters, better teammates, better family. And if we can end our day as better soccer players on top of just being better at any
humans,
of those,
yes,
then we're successful. And that's what it's about here, is once you see those things coming together, you're going to find more success on the field. And so if I'm asking them to be just a little bit better, again, tactically, psychosocially, and then better humans overall, you're going to see the beauty of that stand out on the field.
Yeah, just a little better each and every day, and by the end of a season, I mean, you've just
right.
grown
What's that look
just
like after
yeah,
a week,
exactly.
a month? Then what are we going to look like at the end of the season if we're all just a little bit better?
A little bit better. So we're coming up. I've mentioned it before. Olivet on Friday. Have you done any preliminary scouting? Like, what do you think Olivet's looking like coming up?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's one of my favorite parts about the coaching is when you're able to take a step back and you're studying your opponent. You're studying their phases of play, and then I'm watching, like I said, I'm watching the coaches. How are they subbing? Who are they subbing? How do they make adjustments? How are they coming out at half? Have they made any adjustments to their lineup? I watch it all over and over. Again, I think that's part of the passion. I also blame it on, like, I'm a legitimate nerd. Don't ask me like to regularly math, but if you tell me it's soccer math, I'm all in.
It's just a savant.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. So, finding trends and consistent things within their play, how they're turning over the ball, what they're looking like against, a tougher opponent, a weaker opponent, past games that I've seen them play, film. They have a coach that's been there. So again, watching him, studying him, looking and doing my research on the players that they brought in. What does the roster look like from the year previous? So, preparing myself and preparing my staff for, how we're going to coach and what that looks like. But specifically for us on Friday, it's just, I'm excited for them to play as a team against an opponent.
Yes.
And
That's
to
always
see-
nice. Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. And seeing them on top of, just being able to compete for their school, just compete for each other and for themselves, and reflecting on that. But yes, for us specifically on Friday, our goal is to successfully step out on the field and execute what we've been looking for in practice. And if I'm able to see even the smallest and brightest little moments at times, it may not be consistent. I'm not asking for perfection. I'm asking for improvement, right? We just discussed that. So if I see even that, again, that's a win for us. And that's the mentality we have here on top of, what we're doing with empowering ourselves and each other is the small wins and reflecting on not just the overall result, but what specific attainable goals we're setting for that day, and are we attaining those? And then we have that next opportunity on Sunday to be even better again.
Yeah, Elmhurst is. I mean, have you played them before, Peyton, or is this a new team on the schedule?
Honestly, I don't remember.
Nameless,
not
faceless
good.
opponents.
Yeah, I'm not good at remembering like non-conference games, and even conference games. It goes out of my mind after I play. But I would say one thing for the Rockford women's team that I learned for 4 years is that no matter what, we fight. We're the underdog, and we just keep fighting, and we're gonna continue to make history at this school. So that's what I wanted to say.
Yeah.
Yep. And she's said it best. I mean, the future is absolutely bright. The student athletes that we're retaining here and the student athletes in the near future that are verbally committing, the future is bright here now and in the future. And we want people that want to be a pioneer. And as Peyton said, you're going to be setting history. I mean, you can't say that very many programs,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah.
Coming in and being part of a historic program that sets so many different records. And then you have this incredible men's team. I mean, let's talk about Ethan Higgins.
Yeah. How's it working with them?
Oh my gosh, it's like, again, it's a vibe. You like come kick it in our office.
Right.
It's incredible. I mean, you have Quinn in there as his assistant, and that's an advantage for Ethan coming in right there. But Ethan himself, dude, is just so incredible to work with. Again, if I'm not reflecting with my women's staff, which it's a constant thing, then I have the opportunity to reflect with him and really bounce ideas. And yeah, we have some powerful stuff moving forward for soccer in general here at Rockford. And I invite everybody to come see, and not just our athletes, our current athletes, but former alum and future students and community to come be a part of this progressive evolution of this program.
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting situation, just kind of unprecedented. Both of you coming in first year at the same time, but it's fun because you guys get to build it together. Both your guys' programs. I mean, is there? You said it, bouncing things off of each other. Like, are your guys' goals aligned? Just expand on that a little bit.
Sure, I would love to. I mean, specifically as us as head coaches, it's really being and bringing consistency to this program. That's first and foremost our goal. Is I'm not here to set the program and leave it.
Right.
I'm sitting here and, as everybody likes to say, let me cook. And that's Ethan's perspective as well. Give us a moment, watch what we do, and it's going to be a small little thing each and every day, every month that you're going to see that change. And we are on the same page. We're at, we're in the same book, different chapters, which is cool because, within each thing we're bouncing ideas off of, okay, what would you do in this instance, because my program's in a different spot than Ethan's. So it's fun, because then at the end of the day we have that time of reflection.
Yeah.
That way we can help each other out. But for me, having the opportunity, my journey is slightly different than Ethan's, with him being and stepping in, as you reflect on your first Rock Talk that you had.
Yes.
It's his first head coaching gig. So then there's mentorship
From
extended
you.
from me, which is really, really cool. Taking that awesome man and just, like I said,
Showing
with
him the
his,
ropes.
right.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's just the passion, right? It's not even, because again, I'm vulnerable enough at the same time. But I mean, I think Peyton can reflect. I'm not going to talk on Quinn, because you have me, who has a 4-year player that's been here as my assistant, and then you have Quinn.
Same situation.
Right.
Yeah.
So, Peyton, you want to vibe about your relationship with Quinn and how you guys are implementing some of the things that you've been hungry and chomping at the bit to see?
Yeah, I've played here all 4 years like Quinn, so we've built a great friendship. I
Uh-huh.
even lived with him last year.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, in a house off campus.
Uh-huh.
But so we're pretty good friends, and he has the same idea as me, just building the program. We haven't had much the past 4 years when we were playing, so just giving the players all that we got, because that's just what we want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah.
I mean, do you guys compare notes at the end of days? Like, how did you guys ask, how did your practice go? How did your practice go? Is it stuff like that?
Yeah, I hung out with him the other night to ask about their first scrimmage,
Uh-huh.
because I just want to know. I support the men's team 1,000%.
Yeah.
Yeah, we bounce ideas off each other, just how to make this better. Like, should I post this? Is this good to post? Like, do you want to repost this? Just stuff like that, just helping each other out.
And that's always nice. Just between two programs, I mean, just having that camaraderie and that connection. I mean, it's really exciting to see what's coming. I mean, 2025, new era of soccer here at Rockford University. I've kept you guys a long time, 35, 36 minutes. I don't want to waste any more of your time, but it's been an awesome conversation. I want to thank you, both of you, for coming on. You guys, any closing thoughts about women's soccer from either of you?
I would say just come out and watch the games, and you'll see what our girls can do.
Yep. Olivet on Friday. That is at 2 p.m. And then Elmhurst on Sunday is at 1 o'clock, I believe. Yes.
It's 1 o'clock.
1 o'clock. Come on out. Support the Rockford Regents women's soccer team. This was the third episode of the Rock Talk podcast. Cole Weber with you. Thanks to Coach Abbey Golden and Coach Peyton Scott. Thank you, guys.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us. You're incredible, man. Love it.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.